So today we're talking about the next big thing, Battlefield 6, which is set to release this holiday season, probably in October. There has been a lot of buzz surrounding the game already and hopes are high after Battlefield 5 wasn't exactly the series' best entry, to say the least. It also has been 3 years since the launch of the last game, which has been really long, with Call of Duty and other Battle Royale shooters totally taking over the shooter market. Now, we already know that Battlefield 6 is set in a modern warfare setting, apparently in the year 2025. With that, hopes are high the game could be a lot more like Battlefield 3 and 4, which are probably the best Battlefields and also my personal favorites. So now let's talk about the top 5 features I hope Battlefield 6 has. And of course, this is my personal opinion, so yours might differ a bit. Now let's get straight into the list. Number 1. Next Gen LEVOLUTIon. Now, LEVOLUTIon was something that has been in Battlefield 4 for the first time in the series, and really has been a great feature, because it just adds so much dynamic to the gameplay and the map, because it changes the map, first of all, and also changes the gameplay a lot. Since, for example, snipers can't see when there is a sandstorm coming. So once that happens, the entire dynamic of the game changes because you can't really be sniped anymore. And snipers have to adapt a different playstyle. Also when buildings collapse, as we have seen in the Siege of Shanghai map, this is the most commonly known and popular, well, maybe not popular, but still a really nice map of Battlefield 4 where the big skyscraper collapses. That just changes the entire feel and also just makes it just feel more realistic and not as static as, for example, Call of Duty is, because that's pretty static, there's no destruction and nothing going on. So that's a nice feature that Battlefield 6 should totally have. And especially with the next gen consoles being out, the next gen PC hardware being out, even though you can't really buy it, but still, DICE can go really crazy with Battlefield 6 this time around, and not just, and go much further than just skyscrapers exploding or collapsing. Now let's get on to number 2, a Battle Royale mode. Now that might differ, that opinion might differ to some other people, but some love it, some hate it. But you can't deny that a Battle Royale mode is just something that's really popular and makes DICE a lot of money if they do it right this time. This time because last time they tried with the Firestorm mode wasn't quite a hit, I would say. But Call of Duty did the same, they had their Blackout mode in Black Ops 4, which, while it wasn't as much of a mess as Firestorm, it still wasn't anywhere near Warzone. So Call of Duty was really able to really hit it out of the park with their second attempt. So hopefully Battlefield will launch a great Battle Royale mode. Warzone has shown how it's done. And I mean, just imagine the destruction and LEVOLUTIon of Battlefield on a huge, massive map, and let's say 250 players. I mean, it could turn out brilliant if they take the right measures and really try hard, and they seem to be trying really hard this time. And also just would make Battlefield a very popular game again, because Battlefield 5 multiplayer and stuff isn't really played as much as, for example, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Warzone, and all these games. It's not really a go-to game at the moment, and it would just make Battlefield, especially since if they put the free-to-play mode, or put the Battle Royale mode as a free-to-play game, that'd be very nice. Or the Battlefield genre in general. Now let's get on to number 3. Yes, a campaign. Now there has been rumors that the game might not have a campaign, but I'm certainly a guy that would say yes, the game should have a campaign. does Battlefield need a campaign? No, it doesn't need a campaign because most people buy it for the multiplayer and all that stuff, and it has always been like that. But it's still nice for single player gamers, and I do like myself a nice single player campaign. I also played the campaign in Call of Duty, and I played the Battlefield campaigns. But I gotta say, if they just gonna do some war stories again like they did in Battlefield 1 and 5, then they could just leave it out, because those haven't really been campaigns. I'm talking more like a campaign like Battlefield 3 and 4. Now, while those campaigns were never on the level of Call of Duty campaigns, to be fair, it's still nice to play, and it's still something that adds to the game, and also to the package that the game really becomes in the end. So I would like to see a nice campaign, and with the game being set in 2025, which is a Modern Warfare setting, it could be really interesting to see. That's, by the way, the same year as Black Ops 2 has been set in, so could be a nice comparison that we could make there. But yeah, they could totally make a nice campaign in there. I would like to see it. Of course, that is really a personal opinion, because some people just don't want to see campaigns in Battlefields because they don't care, and I get it. Like, I would also only play the campaign once and then just play multiplayer for the rest of the year or 2 years, depending on how long the game lives after its launch. But yeah, I would like to see a campaign, which is a feature it totally should have, at least. Now let's get to number 4. A class system. Well, of course, the game should just keep its class system, obviously, because it really enforces team play, which is a big thing in Battlefield, unlike in Call of Duty, where it's not as team-based, especially in like normal multiplayer. Nobody's playing the objective, nobody's playing with a team, it's crazy. But in Battlefield you kind of have to, and being like having a medic and all that stuff, it really adds to the entire experience. It makes more sense, it's just more realistic that every squad has like a special person basically on their squad that can do unique things. It's just something that they should just keep. Like, this is not really a new feature, but they should just keep it. So DICE, don't take it out, because a class system does make sense, in my opinion. And yeah, especially if you compare it to Call of Duty, like, it makes sense and it's a great feature. And now the last point, which is kind of 2 points: next-gen graphics and destruction. Now, Battlefield games have always looked stunning and way ahead of competition. Like, Call of Duty kind of catched up a little since they got like a new engine and stuff, but still, it doesn't look nowhere near as good as Battlefield look. Like, just look at Battlefield 5. The game might not be like the best entry, as we've talked about earlier, but still, it looks really good even now, 3 years later. And with the new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and next-gen PC hardware, they could really take advantage of that and make it like set a new benchmark for first-person shooter graphics in video gaming. I mean, the game could look incredibly good and be a really stunning experience, and also that could translate to destruction as well, because the next-gen consoles and next-gen PC hardware can do more than ever. So you can do some crazy destruction, and that could just be a very nice experience overall. Like, visually, it could just be crazy what's going on your screen, and you could really get lost in the game, you know? And that's kind of what we all want, right? As gamers, we want to be soaked in to the experience and not be sitting in front of the monitor and be like, this looks so unrealistic, this is so stupid, which sometimes happens in games, you know? But the better it looks, the more dynamic, realistic, with all the destruction going on, with LEVOLUTION being added and all that stuff, it could feel really good, really realistic, and just be a Battlefield feel that we really like again, and that people are playing, which is the most important part. Like, you need people playing your game, and of course we also hope that the game gets updated. Maybe they do seasons like all other shooters do it, or do them, you know. That'd be a nice feature as well, if they do seasons and update the game on a regular basis. We'd like to see it. So yeah. Now, we'll have to wait and see until they really reveal the game There has been some leaked trailers apparently and all that stuff, but we'll get like first details once EA decides to really reveal the game, which could be around, well, it will be in June as they said, probably around E3 time, which starts in 2 weeks. So yeah, but until then we gotta wait and see what happens. So yeah. Now it's your turn. What are your hopes and features you want to see in Battlefield 6? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.